Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Solana. We've had a move down with the rest of the markets here and we're going to be investigating whether we think that this is going to be a retracement before looking for a bounce to the upside, or do we think that this is going to break down from this point. These are the questions we'll be answering shortly, but first, before we jump into that, I'd like to say thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to show your support, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave us some feedback in the comment section below, whether that's coin requests or whether you want to just leave us some information regarding the videos, things we can change, what you'd like us to address. Always happy to hear back from you guys. Okay, so let's jump into the video. So with Solana, there was a few things we were tracking, and basically, in a nutshell, we were looking for this fourth wave to develop, and we were looking at whether we could get this as an expanding flat correction. And if I just throw this on here quickly, we will throw this. We were looking for the potential of a five-wave move to the upside. We haven't invalidated this yet. We haven't dropped past this $10.94 area yet, so this is still potentially like on the cards. But if we have a look at some of the other options that we're looking at here, we could also look at the potential this could be a completed move here, and we are starting to drop, but we broke back up above this point. So this leads us to either say that this is an ABC into this high here, and we are looking to break down from this point, or basically that we have one of the other options of a expanding flat in this correction here, which we're going to go over shortly. The other option that we were looking at potentially was this as a triangle. This is one I haven't ruled out yet either. And basically what we'd be looking at is this is an A wave, a B. We would have formed the C, and then potentially we could be looking to form a another zigzag within here, though the depth of this correction so far is making it seem very unlikely that we're going to find support above this 1094 area. Finding unless we come back quite deeply with this within this move and have a shorter five-wave move, it's likely that if this was to develop into a zigzag, that we would effectively break this 1094 area. So basically, within that potential, what we would be looking for as a triangle is we would be looking for this to be an A wave, come back up quite deep for this B wave, and then look for C wave to the downside, and then another zigzag to complete this E wave. Though, like I said, it's not very likely. It is possible, but we'll have to see how this move develops. If this is to be a triangle, we wouldn't expect to move back up above this point here at this 1496 area. Moving back above 1496 would invalidate this potential completely, and then we would be looking at one of the other options. So let's get rid of this, and we'll go into the most recent price action here. So within this move to the downside here, there's a few ways we can look at this, and basically we can see that we've had a five-wave move into this high point, and then we've had this correction as a WXY, and then we've had this smaller five-wave move here. It's not ideal, and I don't really like it that much, but it is possible that this is a completed ABC correction and we're just looking to break down. However, there is also the possibility that within this move we have actually this as an A wave, we move up in a B wave to these highs, and we're looking for this C wave to complete as a flat correction in the other direction. So basically what this would be looking at, potentially looking to target out. If I just drop this onto here, I bring this onto here, up into this high. So the ideal location for this is between this 1382 and this 1.618. We can see that we've come into this zone, so it'll be interesting to see whether we get this additional rejection. If this is the case, what we'd actually be looking for here is potential that either we aren't completed this fourth wave and we are just becoming more complex. And what we could have here is this is a B, and then looking for the C wave to come up to this 1581 area. So basically this is an A wave down into these lows as a B and looking for progression to the upside. If this is the case, then basically we'd be looking to target out this zone again, which we had previously drawn up, and all this is a typical fourth wave retracement area. The most common of this is the 0.382, which is this 20 cent 60, though we have technically come into it, so it could be completed here at the lower level, and we're looking to just break down. So if it does start to break down, this would be where I'm currently looking to target out. Obviously, this would change depending on how the structure plays out, but this 962 to the 780 area is a potential area we could look to move to. So, like I said, we could have this as an A, and this once this 5-wave move is completed, we look for a move to the upside. Though really breaking below this 1094 area would invalidate this option. Now, we briefly touched on it earlier, basically within this 5-wave move that we brought up here earlier. If I just expanding, this could also still play into the fact that we could have a 5-wave move here, and we're looking to form a bigger move to the upside. And what this would be looking at is the potential for having this as an A, basically an A, B, and then making a 5-wave move here for a C wave to the upside. So if we do move down, this impulsive trigger is slightly changed now. I need to update it. So if we just bring this up into this zone here, take it down to here. If this is if we're looking to drop down into this red box area at the bottom here, then effectively what we would be looking for confirmation is a move up to this 1929. This will change depending on how exactly the move plays out, but it is still possible. So effectively that would then make that our that would be our 3rd wave. We would be looking for a 4th wave decline and then an additional 5th wave to the upside. If this plays out as we've got it indicated here, basically what we'd be looking at is for potential to move up to this. If I just remove these boxes because they're no longer valid anymore, so we just get rid of these lines here. So up into this 20 cent, $20.32 to this 21.91 could be a potential zone that we look to target out. And we can see that this is the typical expanding flat area that we would be looking for to the upside, and that would be between this 21.68 and this 19.64. So there's not much difference between these. There's a little bit of confluence here, so we'll have to keep an eye on how these things go. Like I said, breaking this low would invalidate that completely. So the alternative that we have to look out for here, if I just quickly switch this back off, is that we could actually be completed with our corrective move. And what we would be looking for then is, instead of the fact of this being an ABC like that, this would all just be a completed move, and we would be starting to look to break down from this point. So there's 2 ways that we could look at this, and basically this point here is, we can see that this high to the left here is slightly higher than this one on the right here. So we could actually have a 5-wave move within this and a flat correction to the upside here. So this is another way that we can be looking at it. So, and this would be looking at the potential that we have this as a expanding flat, a running flat, and it's completed here. So what we would have to be careful of is the fact that we could actually have this as a 1 up into this high as a 2, and then we're looking for a 3, 4, 5 to the downside. If this is the case, what we'd be looking for here for confirmation would be a move down past this was at 1.618, which would be this $11.57, which ties in quite nicely with the current waveform we have. So if this 5th wave does manage to cross down past that area, we'll have to be wary that we don't have an additional 4th and a 5th wave here in development. And what this would be basically looking out for is if we count this, if we do move down there and we count this as a 3rd wave, we'll just put it onto this zone here. We could look for an additional bounce back to the upside, looking to retest. If I just delete this fib so we get rid of some of the noise here. Looking for a bounce to the upside here, potentially looking to retest these bottoms before continuation to the downside. If we do get a move like that, however, this would only take us down to this area here of $11.17 to $10.73. So we'd have to be aware here that either we could be getting some further impulsive movement to the downside, and we might still look to target out down in this zone here, though technically speaking, it would complete a 5-wave move which breaks this low, which could then effectively be an endpoint. But we would have to just monitor this, because what we would need to avoid or what we want to avoid really, unless we're looking for low prices, is potentially that we could move back up between the 786 and this zero point 0.5 here, so 12.78 to this $14 to the penny. Um, doing that would then actually mean that we potentially have further impulsive moves to the downside, and we're going to form something like this. Potentially, we look to target that 618 area and then break down and continue. So these are the things that I'm currently looking out for. There are a few possibilities, but we could be looking to target out further than this box. It just depends how exactly these waves react. Those are what we're looking for. We've given some upside and some downside potential here, so I hope that helps you out, and we will keep you up to date as best we can with videos. Please, if you guys are trading, please use correct risk management. We hear about it all the time in the space. People, especially who are new to the market, they don't know about good risk management, and they're entering leverage trades, end up liquidating themselves because they're on cross margin or whatever the case is. We use BYBIT. It's a great exchange to use. There's an affiliate link down in the description. If you don't have a BYBIT account already, it really is a great exchange. You can set your trade up with your stop loss, your take profit. It shows you a liquidation price, everything before you even put your trade on. So that's why we really like it. It really is a good exchange, and that's the one that we use when we're doing our trading. Also in the description, you'll find a link to the Discord. This is a great place to come and chat with us. We can talk about trading or whatever it is that you are interested in. You can land in the general chat, just add mention a member of staff. We'll be happy to help you out. Okay, with all that said and done, please everybody just keep safe out there, and we will catch you in the next video. Until we see each other again, take care.